Let's talk about speed reading. This is a popular topic. For example, famous entrepreneur Tai Lopez allegedly reads a book a day. Also, other popular entrepreneurs, authors, and YouTubers have given their perspective on speed reading, from Tim Ferriss to Thomas Frank. Now, despite its recent popularity, speed reading is nothing new. The actual term speed reading was coined by educator and businesswoman Evelyn Wood back in the 1950s. Woods was capable of reading 2,700 words a minute, and she put her knowledge into a program which was undertaken by staff members under the Kennedy, Ford, and Carter administrations. So clearly, speed reading or reading fast is a skill that many wish to acquire, and to this day, there is a lot of discussion on the internet about this subject. So let's take some more examples of speed readers. Roosevelt, the 26th president, allegedly read a book a day before breakfast. This was also sometimes supplemented with an additional 2 to 3 books. John F. Kennedy initially had a reading speed of 300 words per minute. However, he used strategies to increase his reading speed to 1,200 words per minute. So now let's talk about the barriers to speed reading, or to put simply, reading faster. This can be broken down into 2 phases. Phase 1, subvocalization, which is the narrative from your brain while you're reading. And phase 2, eye movements. This is the premise that as we read, our eyes are constantly moving, therefore the eye movements reduce reading speed. So now that we understand these 2 phases, let's explore some solutions. Now, skimming. This is faster reading to get just a general gist of the text. Skimming gives you an overview of the main points. This creates the impact of faster eye movements, less fixations, and less subvocalization. A common use strategy in skimming is reading the first and last sentence of the paragraph. Now, scanning is reading at a faster pace than skimming. In this sense, you know what you're looking for. Therefore, you are doing more searching than reading until you find the most pertinent points. Scanning is good for finding important and specific parts of information. The other alternative is RSVP software. RSVP stands for Rapid Serial Visual Presentation. The way this works is a word flashes in the same part of the screen, one word at a time. If you want to see an example, Google RSVP speed reading, and there are many applications that offer this service. So this in theory eliminates the eye movement issue because you're reading only at the fixation point, meaning the eyes don't need to move, reducing subvocalization and therefore increasing speed reading. Now, if you're reading from an audio format, the obvious strategy is to turn up the reading speed. In theory, this could have the impact of finishing 3 books a week as opposed to 1. This would mean in a month you would have read 12 books as opposed to 4. However, one should consider, how does this speed reading technique affect comprehension? Another interesting strategy is, instead of reading in a straight line, you read in a sequence of saccadic movements that focus around the fixation point. This strategy also requires the reader not to read backwards, and they leap ahead 8 or 9 letters after split-second pauses. These creative strategies, if mastered, can be beneficial in one's speed reading endeavor. So it would appear to be logical that certain strategies would reduce the 2 phases, subvocalization and eye movements, and this would impact on reading faster. But there is a big issue here, as there is a clear elephant in the room, and that is the logical proponent that speed reading compromises comprehension. Therefore, in its proper context, speed reading is a trade-off, which is you read more in an exchange for understanding less. In the end, only you can ascertain whether this trade-off is beneficial.